Hi, and welcome again to the Insecure Chef. Today we're going to do cream of mushroom soup. And I'm going to do it completely in the Ninja Foodi. So let's get started. I've turned the Foodi on to saute. My wife's not going to be filming the front that much. I think by now everyone who has a Foodi is somewhat familiar with the front panel. So I'm pressing the saute button and it's currently on high. And I'm going to be throwing in, and as always the recipe will be on the site, I'm going to be putting in a tablespoon and a third, or thereabouts, of butter. So I'm going to let that melt around a little bit. Okay, get that started. All right, as you can see, the butter is nicely melted right now. I've got the Foodi on medium high, and I'm going to throw in the onions. I'm going to do a saute on those. With that onions, we're going to be throwing in the mushrooms, like so. And let's see what else I want to put in there. Well, again, normally garlic will go in. It's on the recipe, but we don't use a lot of garlic in the house any longer, so it's not in this one. But it is in the recipe, and I highly recommend it if you like or can tolerate garlic. It definitely adds a very good flavor to it. So I'm going to saute this now until the onions get translucent, and then we'll continue. Okay, so the onions now meet my criteria. You know, they're basically getting translucent. So we're gonna move on to the next step. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna add 2 tablespoons. Well, in this case, I'm sorry, a little bit over 1 tablespoon of flour directly into the mix. And that's one, just a bit more. Should be good. And then we're going to stir that around. All right, we're just going to get try to get the flour kind of mixed up with the butter, so you don't see a lot of dry flour. You try your best not to have any. And you see we pretty much eliminated any dry flour. All right, and now from that, I'm going to add in the chicken broth. Okay, chicken broth's going in. All right, now the chicken broth's in. And then we're going to heat it until it slightly thickens a little bit. Now, right now, the Foodi's on medium. I'm going to raise it to medium high. And then we're just going to keep an eye on it and see what happens. So we're going to stir this for a while, and we'll see how it thickens. All right, so this has gotten somewhat thick. Again, it's not going to be super thick, but you can see it's clouding up. So I would say that's more than sufficient. And now we're going to add the remainder of our ingredients. We're simply going to take the cream and add an additional tablespoon or so of flour. By the way, if you haven't got the cream as it calls for in the recipe, which I believe is light cream, what I did was, I didn't have any, but I did have heavy cream, so you can make heavy cream into light cream very easily. All right, so I'm putting the remainder of the flour in. I'm going to stir that around. All right, and then that just leaves the spices, which in my case I'm only using nutmeg and salt, but the recipe shows you all the original ingredients, so by all means you're welcome to use them. All right, now I'm going to go with basically a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put that in right now. All right, as soon as I can find a 1/4. All right, there's the 1/4. Excuse my mess. All right, there's the 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now I'm going to get about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, nutmeg is a strong flavor, so don't go crazy. 1/4 teaspoon should be more than enough. That's good for me. And we're simply going to stir that in. And once that kind of gets into solution, it won't get completely dissolved, but you'll get it in there. We're adding this now to the remainder of the soup mixture, and this we're just going to heat it until it thickens to the desired consistency, and you're done. So this is not exactly complicated. You're not going to get much complicated for me anyway. So with that said, I'm going to pour this in here now. All right, it looks good. At least it's got the right color for it. And I'm just going to continue to stir. I am on medium-high right now. And I'm just going to stir it around until I feel it meets my soup consistency. And then, of course, you're welcome to taste it for spice if you want pepper or more salt or more nutmeg, which I kind of doubt, but one never knows. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is cream of mushroom soup. So I hope you try it. I hope it tastes good. I hope you like it. It's simple. I decided on this because it's one of my favorite soups, and it always seemed like it ought to be complicated, but it really, as you see, is not. So my guess for me, and I'll let you go in a moment, my guess here is that I'm probably going to stir this for another 3-4 minutes, and then I'll be satisfied that this meets my needs. So with that said, I wish you the very best. Be safe out there, and bon appetit. And from my lovely wife,
Have a good night.
take care, folks. Bye-bye.